So we're kind of in the middle of the Christmas season, and for many of us, it's a very wonderful time of year. For many of us, it's full of stress and busyness. And yes, stress can be a lot of fun stuff too. I mean, we can be enjoying tons of parties and tons of gift buying and all the things that we enjoy. But when we pile it all together on top of our already busy schedule, it becomes very stressful. So be aware of that, by the way, because stress is the number one cause of disease. But we're not going there today. For many of us, we do put a lot of stress on ourselves seeking the perfect gift to give. And we do that because we love the other person. We do that because we really want to give something meaningful. And we often stress ourselves out. You know, what can we get? You know, it's the struggle, and then once you decide what that gift is going to be, is this the right version of that gift? And it just goes on and on and on, and we can dig ourselves into a pretty deep hole doing all of this. Out of all of the things on our list, though, the gifts we give usually are, like I said before, done out of love, and then we start worrying because we have so much love. We start worrying about, oh my goodness, is this really what I need to get? Is this what they want? Is this what they need? Are they going to like this? You know, it's just never ending, and we can work ourselves into a frazzle. All this is fine. You know, if you get what you think is enjoyment out of all of that, that's fine. I'm all for giving gifts that are meaningful. Kathy can attest to this. I have never been a fan of just going and buying just so that I'm giving somebody a gift, whether it be nice or whatever. I've never enjoyed that. I don't get enjoyment out of that. I like giving something that's meaningful, that has some value to the receiver. And I'm not always good at that because, well, my family, for instance, I'm just not real close to them. I don't love them to death, but I never see them, so I have no clue what likes or dislikes they've got going on right now. And I know my brother's likes and dislikes change on a flip of a dime, so you know, it's I never guess his likes and dislikes. So to give him a gift card, which would be the only thing I know he could use, to me doesn't mean anything. And to him, I can't speak. I don't know whether he receives great joy out of that or not. But the thing I'm getting to with all of this, you know, we've got the parties that we stress out over, and when I say stress out, it could be that we stress out over making sure, oh my God, I'm worrying about everything being absolutely perfect if we're hosting it. Could just be the busyness of it. It could be having to attend them. You know, we've got all of these wonderful things that we put together, and it just adds to our busyness. What I want to talk to you guys about today is the greatest gift that we give. Now, this gift cannot be bought in any store. It can't be bought online. It can't be bought anywhere else. While it can't be bought in those places, it can be found in those places. The gift that I'm talking about is kindness. The greatest gift is kindness. Now, somebody stood up and challenged me on that one time. And they said, no, hold on a minute. Isn't love the greatest gift you can give? Kind of. But in order to give kindness, it has to come from a place of love, or it's not authentic. So just as we say God is love, we can say love is kindness. You can interchange those two. Kindness is the expression of love. The beauty of kindness is that it requires love as a foundation. So if you think love is the greatest gift, keep thinking that. Keep believing that. You can't give kindness without having love. While the gift of kindness costs nothing to give, it has great value. It is strong enough to change the world. Just imagine for a moment. Imagine for a moment that if every person on this planet had kindness as their top value, imagine how the world would change. There would be no war. There would be no arguments. There would be no greed. There would be no pettiness. Nothing can exist when kindness is the top value other than beauty and love and peace and all of the attributes that we give to God. Kindness is the greatest gift that we can give. Your one small act of kindness can be a lifeline to another person. Your act of kindness tells the receiver that they matter. There was a story that I read a few years ago about a waiter. I believe he was up in New York City. He worked in a restaurant in New York City. And all year long, he saved his tips. And he bought teddy bears, just little toy stuffed teddy bears. And during the Christmas season, the restaurant agreed to give him a spot in the back where he could store all of his teddy bears. And anytime he waited on a table that had children, he would bring them a teddy bear. And this teddy bear was one that, at the time, they thought they could just play with it while they were at the restaurant. Then at the end of the meal, he let them take it home. The restaurant owner talked about the incredible benefit that this was, because the children that got these teddy bears totally behaved. They were just in the moment. They weren't wishing for their electronics. They didn't have their phones on the table going. They were involved. They were present in the moment with the family. The family attitude changed as well. It lifted. The kindness, the joy, the love that was at that table was measurable. I just think that's one of the greatest acts of kindness there was, because the waiter didn't expect anything in return for it. It was just a gift, something he gave. And what he did get back in bigger tips went into the fund to buy them for the next year. It's pretty incredible. He must have worked at a good restaurant if he made enough money not to have to use his tips to live. But that's beside the point. Kindness comes in many, many forms. It could be something like I just explained with that server. But it also comes in the form of a smile, a hug, a gesture, a word. Even the giving of a material gift can be done with an act of kindness. We can give a material gift without kindness, but we can add value to that gift when we give it with kindness. Authentic kindness is the gift. And here's the beautiful thing about authentic kindness. When we authentically give kindness to someone else, even if it is as simple as a smile or opening the door at a store, holding it open for them, if we do that with authentic kindness, we receive. We receive that experience of kindness. You know, if we just go through the motions at a store and open the door for somebody and they walk through, it can be done with little to no meaning. But when we do it with authentic kindness, with the intent of spreading joy, with the intent of giving love, we receive. But the thing about it is authentic kindness is given with no expectation of what's coming back. We don't set the intention of, well, I'm going to be nice here so that I can get nice. If we're setting that intention, we need to stop, call a time out, reevaluate where we are, and re-look at why we're doing what we're doing. But authentic kindness comes from the heart, and when we give, we receive. We don't have to wait for somebody to smile to offer a smile. Can't tell you how many times I have done that, because I'm really, when I get into a room full of people that I don't know, I am very shy. And I'll sit back on a wall sometimes. I have to call myself out to get out there, and I will. But at first, I feel like sitting back on that wall and waiting. Okay, they smiled. I'll go talk to them. We don't have to do that. We can offer that smile. We can offer that cup of coffee, whatever it is. We can use authentic kindness to give value into someone else's life. Kindness can be offered as the initial act. It doesn't have to be a response to something else, is what I'm trying to say. Kindness is authentic love. Kindness is divine expression. Kindness from God has been given and defined as the act of grace. And if you ever wonder if kindness is anywhere present in your life, you look to that. Because it's already there. It has been given. Kindness, grace from God is what allows us to have this experience. But anytime we offer an act of kindness, we are expressing God. God is love. We just offer kindness. Kindness is love. We just expressed divine into that person's life. Have you ever thought of that? You expressed God into somebody's life. How empowering is that? How inviting is that? It could be scary if you start taking on I've got to have all the power to do this. No, it's God through us, as us. Kindness is a blessing for both of you, the receiver and the sender. So if you ever wonder, should I be kind? The answer is yes. And if you've never wondered that, oh, I am so happy for you. Because I know that I have had times where I wondered, do I want to do kind here, or do I want to let ego come out and play? There are times that you have to choose. It's not automatic. This time of year, kindness is a little bit easier. Just the other day, I was scrolling through one of the social media things and ran across a friend of mine. He said he walked into a store. The lady in front of him was $19 short. All she had was cash. She was $19 short on something, and she was going to have to either leave something behind or go get more money. And you could tell that she was pretty worried about it. It was a big decision for some reason, and I don't know the particulars of what she was trying to get. So the person directly behind the lady said, "I'll cover it. No worries." Threw $20 down, and the lady said, "Well, give me your name and number. I'll pay you. I'll send the money." No, it's a gift. Kindness. I'm offering you kindness. And so the lady went on about her way, and the guy who had paid the 20, the one behind him, said, "Hey, I saw what you did. Let me spot you 10 here. And we'll split it." And after back and forth, I don't want to do that. They decided, they went ahead and did that. So the person behind, the one that gave the 10 was my friend who had posted this. He gets up to the cash register, and the guy at the cash register had, I think his bill was $15, something like that, and all he had was a 10 or something or he's going to have to bring out, for whatever reason, the cash register attendant had seen all of this and said, let me cover this part. And so kindness spreads. When it's authentic, it spreads. You know, it's like buying the person behind you a cup of coffee, whatever. We can do it. We can make this happen, and we can do it any time of year. Sometimes it's obvious how it affects others. That lady at the front of the line was thrilled. She was thrilled. She was just crazy with emotion as she was leaving because this apparently was very important to her. But we don't always get to see that. Sometimes we do. But we still give. We still give the value, the love of authentic kindness. Most of us know our acts of kindness are positively affecting others. Most of us know that as we are kind to one, they will likely be kind to someone else. But do not get caught in the trap of having to see that chain reaction. Because if you are caught in the belief that you have to see that to know that your kindness meant something, you will stop being kind if you don't see it. Move on. What we have to know, our acts of kindness positively affect others. And as it positively affects them, it will spread, even if it's nothing more than an extra smile in their day. They will offer an act of kindness in some way. Kindness also does more than just give us that warm, fuzzy feeling. Kindness frees us from judgment. Have you ever judged somebody and then been kind? You know, sometimes we might look at somebody, well, they look worthy of my kindness, and then you give them a smile. That's not authentic kindness. That is an act of material kindness, of human kindness, not divine. Authentic kindness frees us from judgment. It frees us from hate. It frees us from anger. It frees us from sadness. Kindness moves darkness aside. Just think about it. Can you be hateful and kind at the same time? If you say yes, I'm going to call you a liar. Or at least you don't know what you're talking about. You cannot be hateful and kind. You cannot be angry and kind. You might be angry and then that fast flip into a moment of kindness. But you can't be both at the same time. Do not deliberate over who is deserving of your kindness or when is the proper time to be kind. Everyone you cross paths with, every animal you cross, every situation, everything is deserving of your kindness. Just as you are deserving of kindness from everyone else, from God, and from yourself. Giving and receiving of kindness is a beautiful way to remember the law of giving and receiving. You know, there's certain principles, divine principles. Giving and receiving are part of those principles, and they are one. We think of, okay, here's the principle of giving and here's the principle of receiving. I'll give today. You can't give without receiving. You receive something every time you give something. Every time you give a smile, you're receiving at least a smile back from yourself. Giving and receiving are one. Kindness is the perfect example of this. The Dalai Lama told us, when we feel love and kindness towards others, It not only makes others feel loved and cared for, but it helps us also to develop inner happiness and peace. When we're giving kindness, we are receiving inner happiness and peace. And then Rumi said, your acts of kindness are iridescent wings of divine love, which linger and continue to uplift others long after your sharing. Kindness does not end with the act. When you give a smile, that's not the end. It carries on. It expands, it grows, it continues. The person you offer kindness to often passes it on. Someone witnessing your act of kindness often will offer their own act of kindness. And even if these things do not happen, kindness grows within you. It radiates from you as a loving energy. So give love through your acts of kindness. Breathe into kindness. Embrace kindness. And allow it to radiate from you throughout your day. So the best tip I can give on the thoughts of kindness is be kind. I want to end today with a prayer written by Mother Teresa. It's a beautiful prayer, so if you will, join me now. People are often unreasonable, irrational, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some unfaithful friends and some genuine enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and sincere, people may deceive you. Be honest and sincere anyway. What you spend years creating, others could destroy overnight. Create anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, some may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today will often be forgotten. Do good anyway. Give the best you have, and it will never be enough. Well, give your best anyway. In the final analysis, it is between you and God. It is never between you and them anyway. So, Father God, let us take these words to heart and show us how to be kind anyway. Thank you, Father God. Amen.